powers, it has its own capabilities, and finding things in the world, acquiring things in the world, slotting them into your weapon, which is a familiar mechanic I think that some players know from other games. But on top of that, it becomes a whole set of characteristics that drive this particular weapon and its power, and it's part of your character build. And you can deconstruct this later on and take some of the component parts and trade them and sell them and do all kinds of things with them. And obviously you can see this affecting our crafting system, our whole advancement in deed system. This is going to be a huge, huge, huge thing for elder players in our game. This is going to be a big piece of what they're going to be doing, and this is going to drive a lot of their advancement. And then we're adding lots and lots of high-level content in Moria. Lots of new instances, a number of really big raids, 24-man raids, 12-person raids, 6-person experiences, 3-person experiences, a great deal of focus on solo play as well and small parties, because we know that that's what players want. And then finally, we're going to have leaderboards, not just for PvMP, but we're actually going to try to surface a lot of the achievement in the game at all levels for players onto the web and also in the game itself. So whatever kinds of achievements that you're acquiring in the game, you're going to be able to show those to other people. You're going to be able to see where you sit with all the other players. And the other players have been really looking forward to that. So now that we're talking about our first expansion, I kind of wanted to share with you how we're approaching this game in general, and how we're growing this franchise. Really excited about the direction it's been going, and our focus here is to be consistent with what players have already seen us do today, which is continually update the content with a lot of new, rich, deep, meaningful content on a regular basis. And that's something we're going to continue to do. You know, the updates that we've been doing, we're going to continue to do in the way in which you can see. We're going to be doing them on a frequent basis. And then we're going to have an expansion to the product on an annual basis. So, starting with, obviously, Shadows of Angmar, now Mines of Moria, and then, you know, some really other cool thing that we won't be talking about for a little while. So, we are going to be keeping up the pace of this game. This game will be evolving and growing and expanding constantly. And that's something that we want players to understand. Franchise in general is growing. Very successful in North America. Thanks to Codemasters and all of you, this has been unbelievably successful here in Europe, and it continues to become more and more successful. The franchise is growing everywhere, and now we're going to be growing the franchise out throughout the world. We have really big launches in Asia this year. That's going to grow the global reach of this game. It's going to make the game more successful, and it's going to allow us to put even more into the game for all our players around the world, in Europe, in North America, and throughout the rest of the world. So we're really, really excited about that. We're also spending a lot of time and energy and resources on not just the game itself, but how you actually participate in the game. We want a lot more people that are playing this game to play. Already we have a huge, huge audience. We want it even bigger. So how you get into the game, how you experience the game, how you patch the game. All of these things are things that we're spending a lot of time on so that your access to Middle-earth is going to be as seamless as possible going forward. So we're really just getting started with the franchise. It's not even been a year. It's going to get bigger and better and more fun from here going forward. We're really, really excited about it. We've been wanting to talk about Moria for quite some time. Over the next few months, you're going to be seeing a lot more of Moria, but we think players are going to just be absolutely thrilled with what they see. In concert with this, today, we're launching a new site called unlocktheminesofmoria.com. This is basically, home base for Moria, and it's going to continue to evolve and change, and this is the place that people should be going to get information and news and downloads and all kinds of cool things for Moria. We're also launching a kind of adventure on the web today. In fact, the site is live right now at unlocktheminesofmoria.com. So what this particular adventure says is that you're going to go in here, participate, play mini games, and do some things on this site. They're going to unlock deeds in the game for you. And players are going to be able to come in here over the next few months and continually do new things. We're going to be launching our first mini game on March 31st. So people can start participating today by registering, unlocking their first deed. And then on March 31st, the first of several mini games are going to be launched that people are going to have access to all over the web, whether it's on our site, Codemaster's site, on Facebook, This is going to be an adventure that you can go on to unlock the gates of Moria by creating these deeds for yourself, and that's going to give you advantages in the game, including some particular special things that you're going to be getting in the game by virtue of having accomplished this particular adventure. So that's what we wanted to talk about, Moria. I'm sure there's lots of questions that we can talk about later when we all meet in person. Do remember to send people to unlockthemindsofmoria.com because that's where it all begins, and they can start doing that today. So thank you very much. And take this away.